All good. So today the concept is OOPS, object-oriented programming. Okay. So most of the programmers even who are currently working, right? Or maybe the newbies, most of the people gets a lot of confusions in the OOPS concept. Believe me, uh, people who even working with 4 years, 5 years, they might not use much OOPS in their actual projects, maybe the web development or maybe any of the scripting. See, few of the programming languages are scripting languages, right? So where you might not encounter the oops as well. You might, but it's very, very least percentage. Okay, so yeah, in Python, we have Python supports both. Both means procedure oriented programming and object oriented programming. Procedure oriented programming is functions, which we already seen with the def keyword, right? So where we have functions, we can also pass a function inside a function, etc. So, and we also know how to call a function, right? And again, OOPS is a programming paradigm. Okay, when I say programming paradigm, it's a way of writing your code. So now we are going to OOPS. Okay, so from now, from now, you guys need to think in OOPS. It's a very big statement. We'll get to know by the end of the class. We have to think in OOPS. Think in OOPS. Okay, fine. So OOPS having a different concept. Okay, there are pillars of OOPS. People call it as pillars of OOPS. And now, firstly, we have classes, right? Objects, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. Again, this abstraction is not default in Python. We have to include import few of the classes and then use this, and then encapsulation. These are the main pillars of OOPS, guys. 6 principles. Okay, total 6. So while going to these concepts, again you will get few of the concepts inside these, like you'll have inner classes, etc. But yeah, so on a high level, these are the main concepts inside your OOPS. Okay, guys. So I believe everyone's seen this modules video, right? If you don't watch, please go and watch later this. It's very easy. Just 2 to 3 points are major to remember there. Cool. So guys, so we'll deal, see, these are the concepts which we told. Okay. These are the concepts which we told. Oops concepts. So now going forward, what we're going to do is we're going to learn these concepts. Okay. So anyway, so with few of the examples, we are going to learn, right? Guys, what is object, guys? In general, whatever you know in English. Maybe Saroja and Shiva can do a private ping. Maybe others, if you know, you guys can speak it. I'm okay with it because for Shiva and Saroja, this is already taught. Okay. So, guys, what is object? Can anyone say it? I'm okay if you guys say an English meaning. Whatever comes to your mind, do mistakes, we will correct it again. What is object, guys? Hope I am audible, right, guys? Guys, am I audible or I'm really not audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Cool. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Okay, guys. So, what is object is a real world entity. Okay. When I say real world entity, right, it can have some behavior and state. Okay. We'll see what is behavior, what is state. Okay. Let's say if you have anything, say, let's say you have pen. Okay. What is the behavior of pen, guys? Simple pen. It can write, right? Pen can write. This is the behavior. One second. One second, guys. Pen can write, right? It is having some behavior, right? So, okay, I'll give you one example. Car is an object or a class. Car is an object or a class. See, guys, whatever you are seeing, right? Whatever you are seeing, that is an object which can actually do something. Okay, which can actually do something. Okay, which is having some sort of data inside it. So pen can have color, right? It is having some state. Color is equals to blue, something. It can write. It can have data and it can have functionality, behavior. Cool. So what is class? Again, I'll combine this both and I'll tell you. So what is class? Class is a design. Class is what? A design or a blueprint. Okay. I know most of the people didn't got 50% of this what I'm saying, but now I'll give you a small example so that you guys can able to understand. Maybe I'll give you the same example. Okay, how many people are having dream to build a house, purchase an house? Guys, how many of you having a dream to purchase house? Simple question. Okay, one reaction. So nobody else apart from one. Okay, two people want to purchase the house. Three, four. Okay, cool. Okay. So tell me one thing. If you want to purchase a house, okay, so what you will do generally, if you want to construct an house, okay, you want to construct some house, right? What you currently want to do, guys? Construct an house. So you will go to one engineer, right? You will go to one engineer, right or wrong? You'll go to one engineer, you'll ask a plan, right? He will design a plan. What he will do? He will design a plan, right or wrong? He will design a plan. Then he will show some mock-up, some blueprint, mock-up, mock-up diagrams or maybe small model, right? Model of your house, a small toy or a small design on a paper, like where should be your hall, where should be your bedroom, what is the size of your hall, what is size of your bedroom, right? So this something called as blueprint, right or wrong? Can we call this as a blueprint, guys? Yes or no? Right? Yeah. Okay. So okay, once the engineer gave the plan, once engineer gave the plan, imagine this is a paper, Okay. Once imagine this is a paper. He gave this is your bedroom one, bedroom two. This is your entire hall. This is some of your walk area, right? Something. One window. Okay. Maybe here your puja room. Okay. However, something washrooms here. One attached. Okay. This is how the plan is. Maybe here some balcony. Here some of the balcony. This is your plan, guys. Okay. This is your plan. It is on paper. Now, if I give this plan to some of the supervisor or maybe the worker, right? He can able to build n number of houses on the same plan or not. N houses. Yes. Can he build? Guys, yes or no? If engineer gives a plan and the measurements everything, this labor can build a house or not? Is my straight simple question. Yes, by providing some of your items. Definitely you can build a house. So once you pay an amount and if he gives you a paper, there is no use, right? They should give a real house. Okay. Once the outcome of this, once the outcome of this blueprint, once the outcome of this blueprint is what, guys? House. It's a house one, for example. First house one. Okay. Like that, the same labor can create house two just by referring to this blueprint, guys. House three, right? These are what? These are what? These are actual houses. These are what? Actual houses. Right or wrong? And this is called an object. This is called object. This is called class. How many of you not understood this concept? Again, I'll take one more example and explain you. In the first go, how many of you having any doubt, guys? Please raise your hand if you have any doubt. We'll see programmatically how to do all this stuff. But yeah, I just need you guys to let me know if you have any questions on top of this. Clear? Shiva, Aneem, Saroja, Praneeth?
Yeah, it's clear. Yes.
Clear. Okay. So now, one more example, guys. I have a class called car. By the way, class is car or car is class or an object? Guys, car is a class or an object. Whatever you have learned from this house, okay? House 1, house 2, house 3. I named it house 1, house 2, house 3. And the blueprint is there in the plan. So when I say car, is this an object or a class? Shiva is saying it's a class. You guys agree or disagree with Shiva? Even Saroja is saying class. Praneeth saying class. Cool. So why it is a class, guys? Can anyone? Why it is a class? After this example, you will get clarity what is class and what is an object. So why car is a class, guys? Okay, cool. See you. So when I say car is what? It's a plan. Car will have four wheels, four windows, right? One steering prominently, yeah? Right or wrong? Speedometer, lights, lamps, whatever you call. So this is a structure, right? This structure we generally call it as a class. So now I'm saying Krita as SO, for example. I'm not sure the model SO. This is class or an object. I appreciate if someone can unmute and speak as well.
Yeah, it's an object.
It's an object because it is created by referring this car class. It is created by, see, inside your car, you may have driving option, you may have camera option, right? You may have wheels. Wheels is equals to 4, right? You car will have driving option, right? Functionality, camera functionality, air conditioner functionality, right? Right or wrong? And it can have 4 wheels. How many windows, guys? For examples, 3 windows, a different kind of car, for example. Okay. So car class will have different features, right? This is functionality where you can drive a car. Car can go, car can run, car can drive. I say it's a drive. And camera functionality will capture the images to the video, right? Or capture some objects. Again, I coin as object, capture some items, okay? AC, it gives a cool air, right? This is the functionality, features you call it, right? Nowadays we call, okay, this is fully feature loaded car. But the placement of camera, placement of AC, the drive functionality is defined in a plan, is defined as a blueprint. Then, by referring this blueprint, manufacturer, what he has done, manufacturer, he has created one car called Krita SO model. Again, you have Harrier, Tata Harrier, for example. So this is also your object. Now the object is created from the class, right? Object is created from the class. Now the definition of object is, the definition of object is, okay, first we'll write a class definition. Okay, first we'll write a class definition. The definition of class is design or blueprint of an object. Can I write like this, guys? Check this car class, Harrier design, like design for Harrier, or a blueprint. Harrier is what object here. So now, in short, I can say class is a design or blueprint of an object, right? What this object should have. End of the day, what this object should have. It should have a drive functionality. It should have a AC functionality, right? It will have 4 wheels, 4 windows, 1 steering, right? This is all defined inside your class. End of the day, out of that you will get an object, right? So that's why the class definition is design or blueprint of an object. How many of you not understood this, guys? Class definition. Everyone clear? Guys, clear? Class definition. Okay, perfect. Please give reactions. Perfect, perfect. Thank you. Okay, what is object, guys? So we call it as instance of a class. Instance of a class. Or as I say, you can say real world entity which can have state and behavior. Obviously, when you say instance of a class, then it will have state and behavior, right? It will do something that is called your behavior. It will have something that is called state. Okay, we'll see. So these two definitions are clear or not? Aneem, clear?
Yeah, I just want to confirm what I understood is right. So
Yeah,
consider, say if I say fruit is a class, then apple, banana, pineapple
exactly.
become
Exactly.
okay.
Again, fruit is some category, but every fruit will
Yeah,
not be same. But yeah, your relativity is right.
okay, got
Your
it.
relativity is right.
Yeah, thank you.
Now understood. When I say real time, so why oops is there, guys? To make things in a real time, okay? To create a real world in a virtual, to create a virtual world, right? So the real objects, right? You can refer to the real object. So now I can define a car software, completely a car software, and I can create a Krita object out of it. I can create a Harrier object out of it, right? So similarly, again, I'll ask you one more question, guys. So now I want everyone to ping their answer into me in the private. Everyone. Mobile is a class or an object? Very simple question, guys. Mobile is a class or an object? Okay. Class. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys. Mobile is a class. Class or an object? iPhone 17 is class or an object? Guys, iPhone 17. iPhone 17 is an object, guys. So, see, iPhone 17 is a real item. It's not a plan. Mobile is a plan, right? Mobile is a plan. That's why I have done like this. I wrote one arrow. Okay. Mobile is a plan. iPhone 17 is actual object which you can touch. Which you can touch it. iPhone 17 you can touch or not. You can operate it or not. It's an object, right? Mobile is a class. Clear, funny?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Now I believe your definition wise you guys are clear till now. If so, we'll go into practical. Okay, let me take some. So, how many of you guys watched this project notify.py? If not, go and watch. It is in modules video. Sorry. Oops. I'll straight away create Python files and we will see. Okay, guys. So when you are working with classes, the way of writing class is when I want to write a car class car. This is the notation, and you write the body. You already know you will have indentation when you're writing body for the particular block. Indentation. We already seen this, right? Okay. So now I'll take new example. Sorry guys, I'll take new example and we will go for it. Okay. So now I am creating a class called computer. Okay? Computer or laptop, whatever you feel, right? Again, computer is a class or object, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Computer is class or an object? It's a class. Very good. So now I will just see what I told for class. I'm just creating a blueprint. Now I'll create a blueprint. See guys, now I'll create a blueprint. I will create some functionality inside your class. What I'm trying to do, I'm creating your functionality inside your class. So functionality is nothing but your functions. Functionality is nothing but your functions, right? You already have functions in your previous classes. So I will straight away do, tell me some functionality of your computer guys. Any functionality, we'll write the same. See, now you should understand the real world. Okay, you have a computer. Now go to the computer imagination. Okay, so what will be your functionality? What it can do? It can do computation, right? Right or wrong? Guys, it can do computation. Computer can do computation or not? Okay, it can computation. Okay, clear or not? So now I'll just put self and I'll leave it. I'll explain what is self in the later stage of this video. Clear? Now guys, see, you have a computer, right? You have a computer. Imagine your real computer, and now you are the engineer. You are manufacturing the computer. See, you are an engineer. See, when you're defining a class means what? You're defining a blueprint, right? You are an engineer now. Like the house, who they gave the engineering stuff, like the blueprint of the house, where should be your bedroom, where should be your kitchen, right? All these things were designed by that engineer. Now you are designing a computer, right? You are designing a computer similarly. So now you are giving the functionalities of the computer, right? Class is something where you'll have, class is something where you have design or a blueprint of an object where it have attributes and methods. This is end of the definition. Okay, let's see what is this attribute and methods. So do you guys, hope you everyone there when we were discussing about the functions, right? Functions class, basic, this def function name and then the body of the function. Hope you guys are there. Functions clear? Yes or no? Functions is covered or not? Can anyone unmute? Functions is covered?
Yeah, yes, it's covered.
It's covered. Okay. So the same functions are called as methods in your OOPS. Nothing, just a change in name. You alone call them as function and functional programming. Now in OOPS, those are called methods. We refer it as methods, right? Okay, now for some time, we will also see the configuration. If someone gets the configuration, I'm also defining the configuration of this. Okay, I'll have one method for now. We'll see this again after creating an object. Okay, just a second, guys. Yeah. So, guys, this is class. Class is having some. Class is having some functionality at the moment. Functionality at the moment. So now I will create an object. See, this engineer gave already. Engineer gave. You are an engineer. You defined a class. Inside your class, you also defined your functionality, right? Functionality. Now I will give one computer one. How to create an object. See, this is object, guys. This is object. Simple. Computer, class name, and this thing, brackets. So now com1 is your object. So I'll not say com1, I'll say Lenovo G560, very old computer of mine. Yeah, guys, fine. Now Lenovo is what? Lenovo is an actual object. See, you cannot touch it in the screen now, basically. It will be available inside your memory, basically. Got it? It will be available inside your memory because it's a virtual programming, right? It's not a real object. When I say def car, car will not, you cannot touch the car, right? But you can write the software. It's a virtual world, right? You can write software, yeah. Clear, guys? This is a way of creating an object in Python. Creating class. Methods inside a class. Guys, how many of you have a question still now? How many of you understood? Just give some reaction, please. Okay, okay, okay. Praneeth, you're getting how to create an object? Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. Cool, guys. Looks, everyone is getting the things. Now, let's execute this computation. So now I want to do the computation on Lenovo. See, now see, understand how the real world is evolving. Now, I just put underscore here. Just make it proper readability. So now I just want to do computation on Lenovo. How to call this method inside your class? Simple. Dot computation. Use methods inside your class. Clear, guys? Is this thing clear? This is the way you have to call the method inside your class. Call the method inside your class. Now, let me execute this program and see what you guys are having. What it is giving, guys? See? Now, when I'm actually calling my Lenovo computation, it is working. That means your objects, your objects can be, see, that's what in real life, right? In real life, what happens? You have a car. I just declare a car. I have a plan. Okay, I have created a class of a car, right? The engineer is creating a car object in real life. Car definition. So he wrote a concept called drive. So when I give you a Hyundai Creta, you guys will drive or not? That's the same thing it is happening here. I have a computer. I have a computation inside that computer and my Lenovo is created. Lenovo is manufactured, let's say in your words. And then now I can do computation on Lenovo. This is what the real life connectivity. Clear, guys? Getting? And it is also working as expected. It can do computation. Printing right or wrong? So we'll create one more class. We'll create one more class or one more object. Guys, let's see. Any other computer? Praneeth, what is your laptop name?
Lenovo.
Yours also Lenovo. Who is apart
Yes.
from Lenovo, guys? Anyone
Take
having?
example of MacBook.
Okay, cool. MacBook Pro. When I say
Mhm.
MacBook Pro, how to create an object? Just give a class name and then put this brackets. It'll now MacBook Pro is your object.
Mhm.
Again, we can do computation on MacBook Pro. Yeah, simple. Just call that method. See, it is automatically coming. Now, object is having these methods binded already, right? Computation. Similarly, you can make 1 lakh objects to work, right? If you have a design, you can create. See, that's why you see how many cars you see in on the road. Lots of cars, right? For 1 minute, Kia is manufacturing 60 cars, 59 cars, I think, because they already have the predefined class. They already have design, blueprint, model, right? So they're easily manufacturing. So simply, I am doing like this. See, both two computations, computation. See, the idea is you can actually access object methods through objects, Okay. For now, you can actually access these class object methods. When you have a self, I'll tell you why this is called self here. But yeah, as of now, you can actually access things like this. Is this thing clear, guys? Clear? So can I do like computer dot computation? Computer dot computation, guys. See here, computer class and computation. Can I do this? Theoretically, in theory, what we have learned till now, can we do this or not? Think of a second. Yeah, we can do computation on computer, but which computer you are not defining it, right? Let's execute this. What is the error, guys? Read this error once. Read this error. Guys, can anyone unmute and speak why this error is coming? I just want to know the understanding of you. It's okay to be wrong. I'm very happy to give you wrong answer, to give me wrong answer, sorry.
Is it because we've defined two different computers, but in last we just mentioned computer that computation? We missed what computer it is supposed to take.
Yeah, we missed what computer it is, right? We missed what computer it is. Very important statement. We missed what computer. See, computer is a class, right? Computer is a class. But you should have an object to give a computer to do computation. Here there is no object, right? Simply I gave computer.computation. Though it is having a method, but still it. So what is the error, guys? So what is the error, guys? See this error. Tell me what this error says.
It is missing the positional argument itself.
Okay. It is missing the positional argument self. Meaning
Or maybe if we give computation and in a bracket self,
self.
like the we gave in the define in the function.
Okay, okay. Now, okay. Let me give self here. Now we'll see what is the error. Self is not defined. Guys,
Yep.
here you should understand. This is the trickiest part. This is the trickiest part. But see, here also I'm calling computation method. Here also I'm calling computation method. Here we are getting error, missing one positional argument. Here we are not getting error. Anyone observe this statement? Yes? Just yes or no? Anyone observed this?
Yes.
Anyone got doubt? Okay, why it is giving when I'm calling like this, same computation method is taking one argument by default. Here also it is working fine, these two cases. But here it is not working. Why? It's not working. Why?
Previously we used it on object. MacBook Pro is an object.
Okay, still the method is accepting one parameter. Even though you are using object or on class name, you're accessing the method,
Hmm.
right? See, the error is C. Error is what? Missing one positional argument. That means your method is accepting one argument. Whether you call it as an object, whether you call it on a class name, it is accepting one argument by default. Right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, right. Guys, can anyone know the answer? Maybe I'm not sure people who work with Python here. I'm pretty sure no one worked on Python predominantly. But yeah, if you can guys give a try, I'm okay with that. Just give a try. Why it is working here and why it's not working here. If you understand this, it will be very, very easy going forward. Can someone give a try, guys? Try. Just a try. I'm not asking you guys to give the exact answer. Anyway, I'm going to explain. But I want you guys to try it. But just looking these two, what is missing? I'm very okay to be wrong. But yeah.
The self refers to the instant of the class.
Okay, what do you
It
mean?
searches about, I think, I don't know, I'm just giving a try. Like
Okay.
the self you gave in the function,
Okay.
it searches about the, instance of the class, but here you are not giving any instance, like object. So that's why it is showing missing one portion argument.
Okay, you're very close. You're very close to the answer. See, guys, computation of what? As per last year told, computation of what? I'm doing computation of Lenovo. I'm doing computation on MacBook. Right. Now let's say I'll just pass MacBook here. I'll just pass this MacBook object. Now let's see what happens, guys. Now let's see what happens. I'm just saving this file. Now let's see what happens. I'm just okay. Now see, one computation, two computation, three computation. Oh, how it is working now. Now you should get this little bit clarity or a confusion. I'm okay. Now I'll tell you the theoretical stuff. There is a concept called cell. Okay. Okay. So class. Okay. Let me use this marker stuff. A second. Yeah. See, guys. Now, once you create an object, okay, once you create an object and call a method on the object, what exactly happens is this object this object is copied to here by default as a parameter. Clear? This object is by default copied to here as argument by default. So once this MacBook Pro is copied into this argument position, okay, now it will by default copy it here. Right or wrong? It cannot be seen here, but I'll prove. This Lenovo, on top of Lenovo, you are calling this computation. That is why, see, for Lenovo, you are doing this computation, right? That Lenovo is self. This Lenovo is copied here, and the same is copied to this. That's why you're not getting error. Otherwise, by default, if you're calling any method which is accepting an argument, but you are not passing argument while calling, definitely it should raise an error or not. So in this case, if I'm not passing this MacBook Pro, it is empty, right? This is class name. There is no object here. See, there is no object here. I'm just passing the class, just passing empty previously. After that, I just put MacBook Pro. It worked. Clear? Again, I'll repeat, guys. See, self is current instance of a class, current object or instance, current object of the class. Okay, so what is current object? Let's say God has created 10 people. Okay, if I say, hey Shiva, walk. Walk is a functionality of a human. Okay, human class. Shiva is one object. Hey Shiva, walk. So that Shiva will be self, right? Even though if you have 10, whoever is actually doing that work will be self. Initially, this is Lenovo G560 is self. Now this is self, and now you're passing this as self. Clear, guys? So now what happens? What happens when you are creating an object? When you are creating an object, right? Just a second. Self is what? Current class, current object of the class. Current object. If you have 10 objects, which is right now working, that will have self. Let's say in this example, you have two objects, right? Two objects predominantly. So when this line is executing one by one. Program executes one by one, right? When this line is executing, Lenovo G560 is the self. When this line is executing, MacBook Pro is the self, right? Self. Self means current object of the class. Let me write, and again I'll tell you. Current object. Well, Lenovo in executing, Lenovo is the self. This is very hard to digest, I know, but I'll again explain you guys. Say, for example, you have a car. Def drive. I'm putting self. Why I'm putting self? Some car should drive. Some Creta, some Venue, some Altros, some Nexon. Something should drive in the real time. So that will be self. Some body, print driving. So if I call Nexon, Nexon.drive, by default in Python, this Nexon will be copied as argument here, which you guys cannot see. And when you have Nexon here, see, generally, what do you call a function called walk? Okay, let me give you a second. let you're calculating a function, let you're doing add function, right? Def add, adding two numbers. You're calling x and y, right? And you are doing return of x plus y. This is the add functionality. Now, how do you call this add, guys? You will call 5 comma 7, something like this. This is your add function, right? Similarly, when you're calling any functionality on the object, by default, this nexon will come here, and this one argument, right? One nexon will come here, and this nexon is equal to self. Clear, guys? When you're calling krita, dot drive, this krita will come here. Now drive of krita, drive of self is equal to krita. Clear, guys? That is the reason, you are not getting error here. Sorry, here you are not getting error here, but you are getting error here because there is no object. Some object you are passing. Self is equals to MacBook Pro now, correct? If I pass this cell MacBook Pro, this self is equal to MacBook Pro or not? See, computation, how do you call this computation? Add a comma b, same, add a comma b, computation of self, computation of this object, object is self, current object. Clear? But generally we write like this, we generally don't write like this, but this will also work. This is the most followed procedure, this way. But to explain self, I have took this effort. Again, I am open to question. I am very happy to repeat one more time, but I want you guys, where you guys are struggling in this concept, please. Any questions, guys? Open. I'm open to questions. You can unmute and speak. Happy to answer. Guys, no questions? Really? Shiva, no questions?
Nothing from my side. And
Leno is copied here, and if you see this Leno is again transferred. Yeah. Saroja, any questions there?
It's clear till now.
Clear. Very good. Praneeth, Aneem. Praneeth gave a reaction. Aneem gave a reaction. Thank you, guys. So this self concept is clear. Now you should not be worrying much when you are calling a method on the object. You give self, right? You give self automatically. So that means while writing your code, you are calling a method on object. Self is by default. Clear? Even as per real scenario, you have to drive on nexon. The nexon is self. You have to drive on krita. Krita is self, right? So that's why you have to pass the object. Which one you are driving on, which one you are driving on will tell this. Self will tell that. Okay, clear? Cool, cool. I thought it will take more time to explain this, but yeah, you guys made it fast. I'm happy. Okay. So, okay. Now, I'll create a new class, laptop. I'll create a new class called laptop. Get config is method. Missing what? Self. I5. What is your RAM size? 32, 16 GB, for example. Just I'm declaring a method to give a configuration. Simple. I just want these two. 15 for one i5 processor and 16 GB RAM. This is what my laptop configuration. Okay. Or I'll give you this is config something, some text. Okay. Now, what is the class definition, guys? See that? What is the class definition? Design or a blueprint of an object where it will have attributes and methods. Methods we already sorted. This is the method. Here computation is a method. Class is having, see, when even with the definition you can define the class. Okay, class, CLASS. What is the class name? Okay, column. Okay, what will class have? It will have methods. Okay, we are defining some methods. Okay, and we'll have attributes. We'll see what are those. So now I'm introducing a new method called init. See, by default self came, right? By default self came. Init is a magic method. Whenever you see Python underscore underscore name underscore underscore, this is called magic method. Okay, I'll explain what is happening inside behind the scene, but just I'm printing something. I'm just printing something. Init is called. Clear, guys? This is some method name. Underscore underscore init is method name, just like get config or just like computation. Simple. Underscore underscore init is one method, but I'm calling it as a magic method. People call it as dunder methods also, but I call it as magic method. Clear, guys? It's just simple. One laptop class, init, and then two methods. One class having two methods. Simple. Now, understand one more thing very clearly. Okay. Anyone having Lasha is saying some of the laptop. What is your laptop, Ani?
HP.
HP 05. Some version. Now we call it as laptop. Now I created laptop object. Till now you guys are clear. Till now you guys are clear. Okay. So now what I gonna do is I will execute this program. Okay. For now I'll comment this. For now I comment this. Now inside my file, inside my Python file, I have only this code. Only this code. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. So what will happen, guys? By the way, what will happen, guys? By the way, what will happen? By the way, guys, what will happen? By the way, we have learned a lot of things. So when I do this line, what will happen? Simple question.
Object is created.
Object
HP05.
is created. HP 05 object is created. Laptop. Okay. Clear? Everyone agree? Okay. What will happen behind the scene when you create an object? Let's see. I'm executing this one more time. Init is called. Okay. So the fundamental is this is called a constructor. What is this called? when you're constructing a house, right? When you're constructing a house, right, you are creating an object, right? You're creating. So whenever you're creating, okay, whenever you are creating an object, this function will be called behind the scene in Python. Behind the scene in Python. That's the reason this is executed. If you see here, is this thing clear, guys? See, if I'm not writing, that's okay. You will not get printed. But behind the scene, when you have this, behind the scene, you will have init method behind the scene, which is executed when you create an object. When you create an object, and this method is called constructor. Okay, because you're constructing an object here. See, you're creating an object, right? You're creating an object, which is nothing but you're constructing an object. What is the method for constructor? Underscore underscore init, which is called a magic method. When you also see underscore underscore add. See, there are a lot of magic methods. Underscore underscore file, underscore add. I'm not sure. Add some, okay, something built-in classes. Underscore dict, import. There are different things, right? So now when you create an object of a class, your init method is invoked or executed, both are same. You will hear, see, because why I'm saying one by one terminology is invoking means triggering, right? Someone trigger your ego. Simply you're triggering some function, you're invoking some function, right? Clear, guys? Invoke is called. Now, if I give 05 dot get config method, so what will be my final output, guys? Final output, please. Can someone unmute and speak? Final output when I execute this file. This is my code, simple code. Only this code I have. Guys, can anyone say what is the output of this file when I execute? Very simple. Okay, this is config. Is Praneeth's answer. Anim. Okay, Anim ping me. Let me check. Cool. Saroja.
We'll get two answers. Init is called and this is called config.
100%. 100%. Let me execute this. Hope you guys are getting. Init is called, this is config. Why this thing? When you are creating an object, this init method is by default called in the background, right? And you are again calling your natural method, which is instance method, right? This is instance, right? When you're calling with instance, it is called instance method. When you're calling on object, this is called instance method. Just a name. Instance is what? Object, right? Instance of a class is object. Now object method, simple. Clear, guys? Till now, any question? So see, you have an argument called self, but you're not getting error. We discussed. This object HP05 will be copied as what it will do, guys? Can anyone? Why we are not getting error? Self is there, it is accepting one argument. It is accepting one argument. But if you are calling a method, you are not passing any argument, but still it is not giving any error. Anything, guys? Guys, I told you for 20 minutes what it will do. I just need one answer. Can someone unmute and speak? Why we are not getting error? Because it is accepting one argument, but you are not passing any argument, but still it is working. Why?
As default, it takes HP05 as the
Exactly.
argument.
HP05, this object is copied. This object is copied as the first argument, here. HP05 is copied into first argument here, and then this first argument is now done here. So see, if you take it separately, it will be like this: get config of HP05. This is what HP05 dot get config is equal to this, so that this self is equal to this. Clear? Funny, you are clear? I think you missed this part a little bit. That's the reason we are not getting error.
Yeah, I understood.
Okay, now whenever you are calling any method, instance method means method which is called on object, which will have self by default because you are calling on object, and this object is copied as first argument like this. HP05 copied as first argument will do. This object is called as first argument here, and now this and this is same. Now self is equals to what? HP05. Self is equals to HP05. Self is equals to HP05. So now HP05 we are picking the configuration, get configuration on HP05. That's what it is. Here why we are getting error? Here why we are getting error? If you are taking this, we are not passing any object. We are not passing because but is accepting one argument which is called self. Self is current object of the class. Whenever you are executing this, Lenovo will be yourself. When you are executing this, MacBook Pro is yourself. Right? Current object of the class. Current object. If you have 100 lines of code, if you have 10 objects, which object is currently executing, that object is called self. Which object is currently executing, that object is called self. Clear? In this case, self will be Lenovo. In this case, self will be MacBook Pro. This is copied, right? This MacBook Pro is copied here and in the computation, sorry. And this is equals to this self, and then it will run. Clear, guys? This concept is clear. Now you also understood init. Okay. See, while constructing your object, I'll tell you few more things and will ask someone to share their screen. Please be ready, guys. Someone to share their screen and define one simple class for me. But after 1 or 2 minutes, I'll tell you one more concept. It's not a concept. Yeah, we'll just see what it is. Okay. So now this is the laptop, right? This is your laptop. Now I want to give the configuration of the laptop while creating. That means I want to define data attributes. I'll put i7 laptop, processor i7, and 32 GB RAM. How much? 32 GB RAM. This is my laptop. While creating a laptop, this is my configuration. So which method is called, guys? When you do this, which method is called? Init method, right? When you're just creating an object, you will call init method. Now if I run it, what will happen, guys? If I run this statement, what will happen? Open to everyone. Anyone can answer. Unmute. I want unmute. Everyone to unmute. Tell me, let's fail. No issue. What will be the answer if I do when it executes 26th line? Guys, come on. Easy.
It will accept those parameters into
Okay.
the self.
Okay. Good try. Good try. But yeah, how it will accept, I'll show you. If I straight away execute, it will give an error. Okay. But I can actually make, see, this is how your init function is. This is your init, right? This is your init. Self is an object by default. Now this init is accepting two more parameters, right? Two more parameters. One is CPU. Anything you can give, it's a name, that's it. And RAM. Okay? CPU and RAM. Now, self dot object dot CPU. We have to access like this, guys. Object dot CPU is equals to your CPU. That means, see, this is highlighted. See, this CPU and this CPU 1, if I give, for example, CPU 1. Okay, anything can be given. I'll give CPU. So this is way to create your attributes. Okay, inside your init method, you will create your attributes. Okay, and see, RAM is not highlighted because we are not using self dot. That means HP laptop CPU I am defining while creating an object. Okay, HP laptop HP05 laptop RAM I am getting here. I'm getting here while creating an object. Clear, guys? Clear? This is just a way of defining. Now, if I just print, for now I'll comment this function. If I just print HP05 dot, see, I have RAM. Just that is data. That is data. How to access your data? How to access it is dot. Even you call method with dot, attribute with dot. HP05 dot two things we have defined. See here what we defined CPU and RAM, and we are capturing this because while you are creating this object, this method is called by default, right? This method is called by default. Now once this object is created with this CPU and RAM, we are accepting the CPU and RAM. For this self means what, guys? Guys, self means what? HP05 or not? Self means current object, correct? So for this self, I am attaching this CPU. For this self, I am attaching the RAM which we are sending. Clear? Okay, while constructing this HP05 laptop, I am even attaching the CPU which is passed here. I am attaching the RAM which is passed here, right? Now, if I want to access them, let me run this, guys. If I want to access the both CPU and RAM, 32 GB RAM, i7 CPU. Clear, guys? Guys, how many of you not understood this? Please raise your hand. I'll explain one more time. If you want to explain one more time, please let me know. If you're okay, please send reactions. We'll go for another topic. Okay. Yeah, Saroja, go ahead with your question. One hand raise, I see. You can unmute and speak.
Sorry, my internet is little weak. I couldn't listen from past 3 4 minutes.
Okay, okay. But I'll explain you one more time. Later you go with your
Okay,
recording, please. Okay.
okay, okay.
See, so you can only speak now. You can unmute your mic. I'll just ask few questions so that everyone will get clear. So what will happen while creating this object? It'll call init method, right or wrong?
Yeah,
Clear? You'll get a
yeah, clear.
init method. So even while creating an object, I am creating with the properties. I'm creating with the properties or attributes. What are those? i7 laptop, 32 GB RAM. Okay. Which method is called?
Laptop.
Init
I mean,
method.
in it.
Init method. So now, if I am passing these two, if I am passing these two properties here, these two attributes here, I have to catch these two attributes here or not?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Self is by default this object name. That's fine. We all know. Self is current object. The definition of self
Yes.
is current object. Self is HP05. And additionally, you're passing i7 32 GB. That's why I kept the CPU and RAM, two parameters. CPU is this positional argument, i7, 32 GB RAM is RAM, this positional argument. Now, self means what? HP05, right or wrong?
Right.
So for that HP05, I am giving CPU as this value, i7, right?
Okay.
Okay. For
Okay.
that CPU, I am giving this value. This is your CPU value, right? And RAM,
Okay.
I am giving this value. So now I am attaching to HP05. While creating itself, I am attaching. Okay, while creating, okay, I am creating with these features. Simple. This property, this
Not
data.
hear you.
Hello? Guys, you can hear me or not? Okay, let me check my
I
mic.
cannot hear.
Is it same with others, guys? Can
We
someone
can hear you, Ishwar. And
can?
Saroja, we can hear both.
Okay, Saroja, you're fine now? Clear? You're
Yeah.
able to hear now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so see, this is copied to here, CPU, and this
Hmm.
RAM is copied to here, right? So now I'm
Okay.
attaching the CPU and RAM to this HP05 object, which is self, which is self.
Okay.
Now if I'm accessing that, see, accessing data is like this. Accessing method is also same, HP05 dot method name will give, right? Same,
Yes.
HP05 dot data, which is RAM. So now, in short, the class definition is class is a design or a blueprint of an object which will have data and methods, which will have data and methods, right?
Yeah.
Blueprint of an object which will have data and a method. This is how you should capture your data. While creating itself, I am telling my laptop specification, which is i7 32 GB. This is my data, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I have discussed till now. Guys,
Okay.
clear? Everyone? Okay. Sure. So now, when I say self means what? HP05 here. So here also we are having self. Okay. Now we define this self. Now let's see, guys. Let's see. Return self dot. See, I am having self inside my get config. Self dot CPU. Comma, I'm returning both self dot ram. See, guys, what is self, guys? Here in this example, what is self? Quick question to everyone. What is self? When you execute line number 28, self is HP05 or not? Yes or no? When you execute line number 28, self is copied here or not?
Yes.
Right? Self is HP05. So now, okay, Praneeth, you can drop. Okay. Okay. When you have self here, it is HP075. So we already created an object. We already created an object of HP05 with this line, which is having the CPU of i7 and RAM of 32 GB. Clear? We already have an object here, right? We already have an object in line number 28. And the same self we are returning here. Simple written, right? We already know what is written. So now when I execute this statement of line number 28, what will be my output, guys? What will be my output? If you understood this, rest of things are easy. Rest of things are cakewalk, believe me. I'm just doing self.cpu and self.ram returning. So, Roja, what will be the output if I execute this?
I7 and 32 GB.
Why? Why i7 32 GB?
Uh, because we are returning the self and self line.
Yeah, self.cpu. Self means HP05. Simple.
Yeah.
So that means this self will be there to the entire class methods. Sorry, instance methods. So wherever you have self, this HP05 will be available because we are calling on HP05. You are creating HP05 with this data and you are calling the method on HP05 because HP05 is having i7 and 32 GB RAM and HP05 I am calling this method. Let's execute this and let's see what is happening. Okay, I'm not printing this, that's why it's not printed. Let me print it, guys. Okay. Okay, cool. See, guys, you're having this thing i7 in a tuple. By default, return will have tuple if you have multiple. If I put list, you'll get list. That's how we already learned in methods. Clear? i7 32 GB. Clear, guys? Because HP05 is having this data and you are getting this. See, this data can be fetched here. HP07 having how much i7 and 32 GB. It is created here, but these instance variables are accessed here using self. These are called instance variables, object variables, right? These are object variables or data or attributes. These attributes are accessed inside other methods if you have self. Clear? If you have that object, you can access, right? If you have HP05, you can access automatically because you already have it here. HP05.ram. You can access here. Self is HP05. Here you are having self, so you can access those data related to that self. Guys, clear? Yes or no? If you have any question, please raise your hand here. Perfect, 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 guys. So now who is going to share their screen? I'll give one small problem statement. 5 minutes, you guys need to finish and then we'll go for a quick break. Small problem statement, guys. Same, whatever we learned till now. Who can try? That's okay to do my mistakes. I'm there with you as a helping hand. But yes, I just want you guys. Can anyone share their screen? Raise their hand. I'll call out the name. Why no one wants to share the screen, guys? Oh my god. Easy. Anim, can you share your screen? Anim there? Shiva, Anim?
Yeah, I do not have my visual code today.
Okay, Visual Code today. You have Jupyter Notebook or anything? Google Colab?
No, I'm actually on a device.
Okay. Shiva, can you share your screen? We'll do small.
Yeah, sure. I'm sharing this.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let me give an access. Okay. You, I'll stop sharing. You can share it now because this will give you a lot of kick. Believe me. Do errors. That's okay. I'm there with you. Don't worry. Let me know when you start sharing.
Yeah, 1 minute. It's not allowing me to share. I think now.
Now you can share. I gave multiple participants.
So I didn't add permission. I have to leave and join. Can you give me 1 minute? I'll join back. So I gave permission on my system. So it
Okay.
will
Okay.
I'll
That's
just
cool. Cool. Cool.
I am on mobile. From next time onwards, I'll join on laptop.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Saroz is also joining. She has a pocket. I'm just waiting for Shiva to rejoin because it'll just take 5 minutes, guys. After that, you will definitely feel more comfort on this concept. I want someone to do this exercise. Okay. Now, Shiva will share his screen. Now, the task is everyone to help Shiva, right? Everyone to help Shiva. You all unmute, guys. So now you three as a team working in this problem, you three or four, whoever it is. So now you three as a team work in this single problem. Like Shiva will also work, but he will type on his system, right? First, Shiva, let Shiva think and he will write. If he is doing any mistake, someone can point and tell him that this is the mistake. Okay? If you three of or four of you are not able to tell, I will help. Right? So, cool. Shiva, fine, agree?
great. Yeah.
Yeah, both of you as a team, like everyone as a team, should help Shiva in this problem statement. Now, write a problem statement there. Problem statement is you have to define a class called car. Okay. You have to define a class called student and calculate the marks of the student of an average marks, calculate the average marks of the student.
Average. Okay.
Calculate
Okay.
average marks of the student. The thing is, like, see, average marks of the student. So this is your problem statement. So what I'll do it, guys, I can give n number of students, right? I can give n number of students. Okay, I'll give separate marks. See, student 1 can score different marks, student 2 can score different marks, student 3 can score different marks, and you have to get the average out of each student if I call average. Clear? Now, Shiva, you can start coding. Everyone think and put your idea with you. Okay? Don't tell to Shiva at the moment. Whenever he is facing some difficulty, you guys can tell. That's okay. Okay, and you guys,
Great.
and Shiva, you can ask someone that, okay, where you are, if you're facing any issue. Okay, just pause a second,
Okay.
okay, just pause a second. Saroja, you're there. Just a second, I'll tell her the problem.
Yes.
Okay, now the task for Shiva is
Okay.
he will create a student class. Okay, and
Okay.
he will define a method called average. If I create two to three students and I'll give marks for them, okay, I should get an average out of each student. Okay, task is create a student class and get the average for each student. Okay, when I say average, each student will have marks. Now you four of you will be one team. Okay, now you four of you guys will be one team. You all can unmute and help Shiva if he is doing mistake, but you can code in your paper or in your mind. Okay, You can code in your paper or in mind. Shiva will code on live. If he is doing any mistake or he is stucking, if he is asking any help, now you three of should help Shiva. If everything goes bad, I will come, I will chip in there. Okay? Clear? Now others will help Shiva, but Shiva will straight away code it in the first go and he will take help in between. Okay, go ahead, Shiva.
Yeah. So I'm creating a student class here.
Okay.
So then let me create a
Yeah, you can dictate.
function.
You can dictate to others as well. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. You can explain and then, yeah.
Yeah. Creating a self. So now we need student name and marks. So I'll just give the parameters here. I'll define name, then
See the problem statement, guys. What Shiva is doing the mistake.
marks. Okay, we can put.
Think. I want to calculate the average marks.
Okay, yeah, let me put average maybe. Marks. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, you also prepare your answer with you.
And let me define, yeah.
Shiva, if you're not confident, ask someone in the call.
Yeah, sure. Let me try. Yeah, sure. Name, self dot name, equal to, I'm just going to give name itself or something.
Yeah, it will be name itself. It's the student name.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it should be,
Then,
it's not average marks. Average marks will be the output, right?
yeah, true. Okay, let me make it marks. Yeah. Yes.
So let's take
The,
3 subjects, guys. 3 subjects average. You have to do separate subject average, right?
okay. Let me put marks is equal to marks where we can. So that
So
would be.
we need to take subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 in that sense, like and each individual marks.
So I was thinking to take like a list class under where I can give the data under students. I thought of giving the names, like how is I thought of doing like this way, where I can,
Okay, got it. I got it. Yeah.
yeah, thought of doing like a student where I can be giving the list by name wise, like student one or student two, where we can pick. That's what the I was
Yeah.
thinking in behind. Again, yeah, any inputs I can go accordingly.
Okay. Yeah.
One.
Uh,
Don't we need to create another class using average? Like we need the average of marks, right?
Yeah, I will defend. So I was thinking like I think funny he was telling that how are we going to give the list of the values? So I've come
Okay.
the
Got
next to
got
that. So yeah, I'll create the list like this by
Yeah.
students. Let me create the other definition function for the average of the marks. I think I'll give to calculate under average. Average. Yes, sorry. It could be. I was thinking to use the if function here, or I think if like if self dot marks is equal to 0, then it will return. After returning, the sum would be the self or like marks by the total marks would be something we'll get average, right? So that's what I was thinking. Again, any inputs or something.
okay. I think marks will be an array list of individual subjects. We need to loop and get
Yeah.
those marks,
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking like, yeah, using if condition by using self dot marks. Like if it is equal to 0, then we can return it to this again. Yeah, if anyone can help me here.
We can start this where we add all three marks and
Okay,
then average it out.
okay, okay. Let me use the len function. I remember once. Uh, well,
So one tip, guys. What is the definition of average? See, you don't need to check the condition here. If marks are zero, average is zero, right?
yeah,
We need to add all three subjects and then divide it by three.
Yeah, add everything in the list. So how you do that add?
Um,
It cannot be three now because he mentioned it as a list. Marks
okay.
as a list. It can be
so,
n number, right? So now to calculate, to sum everything in the list. See, you're saying marks in list, right? You're sending marks in the list. So now, how to do total of marks in that list? That is your first step, right?
yeah.
So how to get the total, guys? We already seen this problem using for loop, as Funny test told for loop.
Last year we cannot hear you.
Yeah, we can use a for loop to get the total
Okay,
initially, and after that, like length of marks divided,
Yeah.
total by length of marks.
okay,
For
okay,
now, for marks, for subject, for subject in marks, or num in marks.
okay. Yeah.
Marks or self dot marks. Check it there.
Self
Mm,
dot marks.
Self
okay.
dot marks.
Dot marks.
Okay. Now you
Mm,
have to do total, right? You
We
guys
need,
submitted the assignment as
Total
yeah, we
plus
need to have
equals
a
to
variable total plus
equal to num
num.
or self dot marks. Yeah.
no num.
No, it's
Okay.
num. No, it is the num.
Okay.
See, num is each item in the marks, right? So you should add each item. So that's why num.
Okay. And
Okay.
then we can return to the total value.
Yeah. See, you got total. Then what to do with an average?
We need to have length of the marks.
Exactly.
Okay. I will
Okay, return.
sum.
Return total
Okay.
divided by
Okay.
We didn't give the length of the self selection.
you.
Okay.
You can use the divided by symbol
Okay.
by len length of self dot marks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do we need to define 0 here for the total
Yeah,
marks?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
yes,
need
we need to define.
above the for loop, above the for loop.
Yeah. I can just give it of here.
Eh,
Oh no,
That is for self.
Yeah, we need to make total 0, not self.
Okay.
Above the loop.
Maybe above the loop.
So if you give inside the loop, what will happen? Every time you will get 0. Total will be
Zero.
0.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Don't panic. Total.
Yeah.
You just need to assign. Double equal to is comparing.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So now this is your average definition.
Okay.
Total 0, and you are putting everything onto that total with number inside your marks, and then your total by total numbers length. Okay. So now your class is done. Now how to call this? Now I want to create a student funny, right? Student funny. I want to give marks for the funny and then get the
We can
output for
use
that.
we can use a display function.
I have one doubt. Can I ask?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't we need to like assign this length of the marks is equals to 0?
Length of the marks is equals to
Yeah,
0. Why?
assign.
Why to assign to 0? That's my question. See, length is what is the total, what is the average definition? Total by n.
Yeah.
N will give you length of the list. Here the marks is list, right? So
Okay.
total you calculated, you are dividing it by total number of things. Total number will give you with the length.
Okay.
On top of line after line number 9, you can do okay, length is equals to len of self dot marks, and that variable you can use.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, yeah. Good. See, your class is
Yeah.
done. Your class is ready.
Okay.
So now you
No.
just need to call your class with different objects. First object is funny.
Okay. You want me to give the list of the marks, right?
Yeah, it's how you create your object is based on your init method, right? Your init method is responsible for creating your object as per the theory. So now, however your init is there, you have to behave the same way while creating your object.
Okay.
So now, how to create an object by default?
Funny equal to student function call with
Yeah,
yeah string name parameter will pass as funny and marks as an array of numbers 1, 2, 3.
yeah. You can help Shiva there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can have Shiva there, but we don't have restriction now. Hmm, okay,
No, I'm asking you to
comma.
help Shiva. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Shiva,
I'll
can you
give.
remove line number 14?
Okay. I'm going to give marks. No, but,
Yeah,
17, not 80. Oh, four
okay,
subjects. Let's go
Enough,
four.
enough.
Okay.
yeah.
Then
And
let's keep.
coming to the line number 18, student 1, student equal to, can you remove those braces?
Which one? This one?
Array braces, yes.
Okay.
Remove that. Down, remove that line also. Now give it in single line.
Okay. I was planning to take it in a list way. All students where we can call the while displaying, like using. I have thought of creating another function to display
No,
the
no, no, no,
average.
Yeah,
no,
we'll do
not
that.
required.
We'll do that also.
I don't need that
Not
actually.
required.
Yeah, I just need like this. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, student 1 is not our class. Student is our class.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's correct.
Okay. Mm.
Okay, first test it, guys. First test it. Can you give the proper name instead of students? Okay,
Okay.
student one is fine. Okay, fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's two are enough for me for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Student one note.
Okay.
Now I want to
Yeah.
calculate Shiva average. How I'll get student one dot.
Yeah. Um,
Shiva, you have to give after
count
line number 20.
See, before
line.
creation, see what is the mistake there? Before creating student Shiva, you are calling the method, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
After creating student, yeah, their student is created. Now you have to call your method there. Yeah. Student one dot.
Calculate average.
Yeah. Okay. There is one more minor error. Anyone can observe?
It's
Yes.
one comma,
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
comma there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking, yeah.
That's the error. Yeah. Now try to execute this program.
Um,
Just put Control S and then type that button, or you execute with Python command, however. Yeah. You just need to print off student one dot
okay.
calculate. Put that in print. Put line number 18 in print.
Okay.
Now run it. Extra. Run it, run it.
Okay. So
No, you're not putting string. You just run it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now if I want funny's average, how will I get?
Yeah. Student two. I'll just make it student two.
Okay. So now I want name and average after this. You are just giving, okay, execute this. Yeah.
Okay.
See, once you execute, we are getting two averages.
Yeah. Okay.
But whose average is what? How will I know?
Okay.
Can you do line number 12, self dot name, comma, total by that thing? Self dot
Like,
name, written after written. Yeah.
okay.
After before that total. No. Just before that total. Return a comma b, we write, right? Return a comma b.
Okay.
Similarly, self dot name comma return after return.
Okay. Okay. Here, right?
After return before total. Yes, there. Yeah. Self dot name. comma. Yeah, just run the program now. What you're trying to do is you're returning two items, right? One is name and one is total. Clear?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Guys, everyone got clear how it's working? Oops. Yeah, we'll take quick break for 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. 5:40. We'll return back. Hope Shiva, you're getting something
Yeah.
now. Just need to
Yeah.
practice
Yeah. Yeah.
more. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Just 5 minutes. We'll back at 5:40 sharp. We'll discuss one more topic. Hey guys, everyone back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. What about others? Funny, you there? It's like,
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
okay. Funny, Shiva, guys are back.
Oh, yes, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Now I'll write a quick student class. Uh, you know, it's my style of writing. Just hope you guys can see my screen, right? Okay. Guys, you can see my screen. Can anyone confirm, please?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. Same thing. What Shiva done? Shiva done is little dynamically, but I'm just taking 3 here. So this is my average. So for this, I need 3 M1, M2, M3. So I need to put in init. Self dot M1 dot M2 self dot M3. Here I'll put M1, M2, M3. Instead of taking list, I'm taking individually. Student 1, 25, 13, 15, 80. You see some students like this, like me, mathematics 23, science 15, English 80. These are my scores in my studies. S1 dot average. Understood, Shiva? How we are writing?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. This is my class. Okay. Funny, you're back? Just want to confirm. I'm not sure. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, so now I just want to define a variable outside all the methods. Let's say school name. So can anyone tell what is your school name? Some 3 or 4 letters shortcut. Shiva,
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya. So much. Okay, Chaitanya. School name is Chaitanya. And this is your class. Okay. See, when I'm defining anything outside your methods, this school name is applicable to all your methods, right? You can access the school name inside your methods. That's what we already seen. Okay. So now I'll introduce 2 concepts. It's just same thing. We'll write methods only, nothing new. Okay, get school name. . I told this will be accessed inside your methods, right? See, new method I am writing. Simple. Okay, it is giving me some issue. Let me write like that. Let me write. Okay. So now this is my student. See, why I am putting student name as common? It is not specific to only one Shiva or only one Funny. It is applicable to everyone in common, right or wrong? Guys, agree? This is not only binded to one specific object, guys. It is common to every object, right? School is common to every object, correct or not, for this student? Let's say you are having a school. Inside that school, you are creating a student class, and now I want to, define the school name, right? Define the school name. Clear, guys? That's why I'm not putting inside the init. I'm putting outside because it is not specific to object. It is not specific to object. It is specific to entire class, right? Student school name is common to every person, right? Inside the school. Okay, if you all studying in Chaitanya school, so if I ask you student 1, okay, what is your school? It will say Chaitanya. 2, student 2, same answer. Student 3, same answer. Student 4, same. So that is the reason school name I kept on the top, which is common to all of your instance methods. And and I will just do one thing. I'll put CLS and CLS here. I'll tell you why I'm putting this. Okay, let me execute student1 dot get school name. Okay, student1 dot get school name. Now let's see, guys. We're getting this. We're getting this because this is acting something like a self and all. Okay, if I'm not doing this, we're acting like a self. Okay, if I'm not doing this, I'm getting an error. Student name takes 0 positional argument. Okay, but this should not run on only particular student, right? It should not run on only particular student, right? In theory, we have to write like this, right? Student dot get school name. This should be your outcome, okay? Because this is not only for particular student. That's why I removed self here, guys. Why I removed self? Because this is not only specific to one student, current student. This is applicable to entire school. So that's why I removed self. But once you remove self, what will be the output? School name is defined. School name is not defined. See, you're not able to get this school name. Even though I have defined here, I couldn't able to get here. Even though I defined the school name here, but I couldn't able to get inside this method. Right, guys? So now what we need to do is we need to pass one thing called CLS and then CLS dot. I'll tell you why I'm passing this. Let me execute it first. Just a second, guys. See, again it is saying what? Class. See, this is class I am passing. CLS. You can pass anything, doesn't matter. But CLS is the convention to pass. Okay, don't pass anything else apart from CLS. So student, see, this is a class variable because it is applicable to entire class. Okay, so I'm passing class instead of object. Instead of self, I am passing class. So for this class, you should also pass a decorator. I'll tell you what is decorator later, but this is your decoration. You're telling Python this is a class method. Okay, this method is not object method. If you're passing self, it is an object method, instance method. We told this instance method because it is called on instance. Okay, now for this, I don't want to create instance because class is common for everyone, right? School name is common for everyone. There is no point of putting for every student one instance and then taking school name. Not required because this is common. For such cases, we will call class method. We will define class method. So how to define class method? In which cases you will define class method? If something is common And if you use class instance, if you use class variables, this is class variable, okay, and these are instance variables, because this is specific to instance, specific to object. Okay, see, while defining a class, even while defining a car, what you will put? Wheels is equal to 4, because every car will have 4 wheels, right? It is common. So you will just put get wheels. Okay, pass it as cls. CLS is your CLS and this decorator. You are telling Python, this is a class method. This is a class method. And when you putting this self, this is your instance method. Okay, class method. I'm telling different types of methods. Class method, instance method. Instance method is common. You put self and you put for specific object. Now see the story here. Now school name cannot be an instance class. See, it can work. I'm not telling if you write self here, right? If you do self here and if you remove this and if you put s1 dot student name, it will work in technically it will work. Sorry, just a second. Technically it will work. Why so? Okay. So you need to pass something called student dot. Okay. Oh, just a second. Self dot. Something like this, you can make it work. Okay, but I'm not saying that. But whenever you have, see, oops is a style of writing, I told. Technically, this is a method Python will understand. Okay, but as in theory, this should be your class variable, because it is throughout the class it is available. Throughout the class it is available, right? These are instance variables. Throughout the instance methods, these are available, right? This is the scope. Throughout the instance methods, this is available. So now when you do the class method, you just tell the Python, you decorate the class like this, iterate class method. This is a decorator. Okay, telling the Python that the whatever you are mentioning below, whatever the method you are mentioning below will be your class method. Why we are using class method, guys? Because it is common. Whatever you are using this common variable, okay, common variable inside your class, this is called class method. So how to access your class method? Using class name dot, see, I'm not putting any instance here. Did you see any instance here, guys? Any object here? Yes or no? Any object here? No, right? I am calling it on class itself. Class name. Directly I am calling this method. I'm not creating an object and calling, right? I'm not creating an object and calling. See, I'm getting the name or not. This is class method. So class methods are useful to have a common functionality across your class, right? Whenever you see in Python these kind of things, it will denote a class method where you should pass CLS to tell the Python it's a class. See, CLS is nothing but student. Simple. Student class name, right? It will be student. It will be student. We are mentioning as a notation dot CLS. Simple. CLS is your notation. Cool. CLS is your notation. It will work. CLS is your notation. CLS means what? Class, guys. Class is what here? Student. Similarly, you can think, similarly like object only, you can think, see, very easy. Concept is very easy. Similarly like object, right? This is copied here, student class. And this is copied to class. Again, the same concept. Class dot school name. What you are getting? Class dot school name. Guys, what is class dot school name? Class dot school name. It is Chaitanya. Clear? This is how you access your class methods, right? Because based on your class name, you are accessing it. Clear? See, same thing. Method, everything is same. How you use is different. See, in this situation, you are using class method because school is common for all the people. So I'll put it in class method. So how to define the class method? Pass class, call it on class name. Simple. And decorate it with class method. Clear? Clear, guys? Guys, any question? Please raise your hands. I'm happy to explain one more time. But this is simple method only. Putting class instead of self. Instead of self, put class. It'll be self is object, right? Class is your class name. Simple. And you should decorate this. Call on class name. Instance method call on object. S1 dot average we are calling, but here on class. Is this thing clear, guys? Anim, Shiva, Saroja, Funny, clear? Perfect. Okay. Now I'll define one more method. Simple method, guys. Nothing. Simple method. Print. This class is written for student. Okay. A normal method with print statement, guys. Very normal method. Okay. See this info. See, I'm telling why this class is written. This class is written for student. Purpose of this class, a common helper class I call it. Helpers, like a basic information, general information, any descriptions, right? Any commonality where you are not using any class variable inside. See, this is simple. You are not using any variables, right? You are not using school name or you are not using any self, right? Either CLS or self we are not using. It is just a text message, right? Helping message, help message, right? For this particular class, why it is defined. See, information of the class. See, whenever you are not having anything to do with your instance variables called self and class variables called school name here, you are defining a method which is just information, right? Similar methods, a generic information, such kind of use cases. You define one method called static method. What is this method called? Static method. Same, tell Python this is a static method. Simple. Now how to do this? How to access this static method? Using student. Class only, because there is no object, see, no object or no class, but it is there inside a class. You should just access the class name. Info. See. Here. This guy's for you. Student. Okay, let me execute this. See guys, school name, print statement, get school name, Chaitanya, and school student information. This class is written for student. Basic information. Here you are nothing to do with your class variables or instance variables. That's why you are not passing anything. To access such kind of methods, you put it as static method. Tell your Python this is your static method, where you are nothing to modify here. See, you're not modifying because you're not having any object or class. What to modify? It's just information. So put it as static and then you use this. You access like this. So when to use what? Guys, when to use what? If you're performing any specific functionality on particular object, in this case student, on particular student, let's say Funny or Shiva, use this average. Because this is only taking self, see, right? If you are giving us general information of your class with your class variables, right? With your class variables, you're using this class data. Use class method, right? See, what is the advantage of class method, guys? Anyone? Any advantage you see with class method? Ani, Shiva? Any advantage of class method? By this time, you should be able to understand.
Yeah, we need not use it, define it everywhere, but like the school name is common here. We can use it. We can call it wherever we want on top of it.
Okay. So in short, You are not required to create any object. See, so you can save some space, right or wrong? Object space you can save. There is no object creation for this. If you want to do this, there is no object creation. See, I'm directly calling on class name. Clear? There is no need to create any object if you are using class method. That's the advantage. And even same this also. When you are using static method, nothing to do with your class variables or maybe with your objects. You just give general info, which is a static constant method. Constant. Nothing to change very rapidly. So this we put it in static mode. These are the terminologies which you should know if you are reading any Python code. Okay, nothing to remember much by heart. Not required. You guys need to know. See, end of the day, these are methods only. Def, parameter was class name. Def, use the body. This is methods only. But you are decorating class method, static method. Class method uses this class variable and show something which there is no need of creating an object. Here also no need of creating an object. It doesn't matter with your class variable names or your object. It's simple. Guys, this thing clear? Any question, please raise your hand. Next, we are going to a very important topic. Guys, any questions, please, for me? Any question for me? Saroja, clear? Funny, clear? Yes, cool. I cannot hear you, Saroja. You're saying something. Ah, cool. Okay, cool. Shiva, clear? Hmm? Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Now, one of the major topics, but very, very easy topic, guys. Remember, you will only tell me, okay, this much simple I have never seen. By the way, what is inheritance, guys? The concept name is inheritance. Non-ITs. Any inheritance? Oh, it's very English common word, inheritance. Saroja, what is inheritance? English meaning. I don't want any fancy stuff to be taught here. Anim, what is inheritance? Any idea?
Yeah, something that goes on from generation to generation,
Exactly.
be it wealth or whatever.
Exactly. So I'll explain the concept and I code it very fast. You guys will catch it, I know. See, concept of inheritance is, see, it is same for every programming language. Concepts won't change. Suppose your father and you are a child. Okay, sorry. Okay, father and a child. Instead of father, I'll call it him as a parent. Okay, clear? Very English, guys. Very funny concept. If you understand this logic, everything will be clear. No need to worry at all. Okay. So in your childhood, maybe when once you're going to school, don't think like I'm giving all school examples, but yeah, schools are having a lot of memories. Okay. School. You have friends, right? You have friend one, friend two, friend three. Suppose your father is purchasing some mobile, iPhone. Okay, iPhone 14, for example. Your father is purchasing some mobile. So now, let's say Shiva is the child going to school. This is Shiva. Okay, these are all Shiva's friends. Okay, now Shiva is going to school, and he's what he will say. Shiva, what he would do, what he would be saying?
Like going to school.
No, you're going to school, but your father bought iPhone. What you will advertise to your friends?
I have phone. Yeah.
You have phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have iPhone, you will say,
Yeah.
right? To
Yes.
make people crazy. You have
Yeah.
iPhone. So that means what you're doing here is your father's phone is your phone, right? But not vice versa. See here, guys. You will say, my father's phone is my phone. But your father will not say, unfortunately, your father will not say, I have iPhone, sorry, I have something which child have. Suppose you are having some bike. Your father will not say, I have bike. I have bike. Your father will not say this. But you will say, you have bike and you have iPhone, both. Right or wrong? Because your father say, it's my son's bike. It's not my bike. But you will claim that you have iPhone, you'll have bike. Right or wrong? This is what your child's mentality. Agree? Yes or no, guys? Basic English. Can I get some reactions quick? Okay. Very weird. Okay, cool. Guys, yeah. Saroja, what about you? Shiva? This is your example, Shiva. Did you ever said this?
Yeah. It's
Always, right?
yeah.
If child is having bike, he will say, I have bike. And he'll also claim that he'll have iPhone. Later he'll say, okay, it's my father's, but I have it. But what your father will say? I have iPhone, but bike is my son's. Shiva's bike it is. That is how your father will claim. Similarly, similarly, the inheritance works this way. This is the concept of inheritance, guys. Looks funny, but inheritance. Okay. Now, because you are inherited by your father, okay, your child is coming from your father, you will claim that iPhone is yours, but bike is not your father's. Bike is also yours. Okay. So what are the features your father having? Only iPhone. What are the features of your child having? Both iPhone and bike. Agree? This concept is clear or not? Then we'll go for coding. Once you clear this, we'll go for coding. Is this clear? I need reactions quick. I have, your father will say I have iPhone feature, yeah. And your son will have, I'll say both features I have, bike and iPhone. Features. Features are nothing but methods. Let's code it. Okay, instead of father, I'll put class A. Okay. What is my feature 1? Instead of iPhone, I'll put feature 1. Shiva is so happy that he has bike and iPhone. Isn't it? Okay. Feature 1 of class A. Just print statements. Feature. See guys, I'm just creating one class and then methods inside that with the proper print statements. This is feature 2. Okay. Or classic. Okay. Now, what is the way to create an object? A dot. See guys, what are the methods it is having? Feature 1, feature 2. See here, feature 1, feature 2. Clear? This is your father class. Father is having only 2 features. Very quick we'll do, guys. See, this thing is clear. Till this you understood. It's a basic class, guys. Anyone not having understand? Not understood. Sorry. Anyone not understood this point? Basic class, 2 methods, just calling the method. Think this is your parent class. He has two features, two properties. Okay, property 1, property 2. Okay, and he's just displaying this property, calling this property of your father a object, right? A object is your father. Quick reactions, please, guys. I need reactions for the motivation because this concept is very, very funny. Please be interactive here. I also want to take the property of this guy. Yeah. Feature 1, feature 2 for the same object. See, for one object, I can call multiple methods. Self, self, self. Yeah, because yeah. This concept we already know. Now, we'll create a child class. This is Shiva's class. Okay. Child B. Sorry. Oh my God. Why Shiva class is not allowed much? Oh. Are okay. Now I will define two more properties that Shiva is created, constructed. Okay. Feature 3, feature 4. Consider this is property 3, property 4. Class B. Okay. This is your class B. Clear? Clear, guys? Just a class. Same. Nothing more. One class and methods. Now, if I call, if I create an object for this B1 and I call, what are the methods I can get it, guys? What are the methods? Feature 3 and feature 4. But where is my father's property? Where is my father's property? I'm not getting here, right? I'm saying this is your parent. This is your child. I'm getting my property, my bike I am getting in your previous example, but I'm not getting iPhone. See, bike, bike 1, bike 2 I have, but property 3 and property 4 I have. But when I'll get my father property? Getting, guys, what is the problem here? So to get your father's property, you just need to inherit your class A here. Like this. Class B of A. That means B is inheriting from class A, or B is here, what we call B is inheriting or extending, both are same, extends, class, extending or extends, what is, both are same. Inheriting or inherits, extends, inherits or extend, anything, guys, just a tense. Class A. Class B is inheriting class A. This is the code. Simple, one bracket, that's it. One bracket, that's it. Now see the magic. How many properties I'm getting, guys? Can anyone unmute and say, now are we getting feature 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now I'm getting my father's iPhone as well, father's properties. Now I will access one of my father's properties saying feature 1. Just this is the inheriting, that's it. Concept is simple. Feature 1, okay, B1 dot feature 4. Guess now what I'll get the output? Just tell me. Saroja, can you tell what will be my output? If you are speaking, I cannot hear, guys. Shiva, are you speaking?
No, I'm sorry, I unmuted.
Okay.
This
If
is
you
the
want,
feature 1
okay.
A,
Yeah.
and this is the feature 4 B.
Yes, exactly. This is your concept. So now, see, A is already created. Now, if I create A1 is equals to A object. Okay. Now, A1 dot. See, I'm only getting two features of A. I'm not getting my child's bike in the example. I'm getting, if I call feature 4, if I want to take my bikes, Shiva's bike as a father, you will not allow me. Okay. Only you can access 2 items. Okay, guys. So this is single level inheritance. This is single level. One parent, one child. B is your child class. A is your parent class. This is your A is your super class. See, I can call it, right? Super class. We call it as super class. Super or parent. Base also there. Base and concrete. Yeah. Super and parent are called. Okay. This is super class. A is called super class. B is called child class. Child class of what? Parent A. Okay. Similarly, I can do one thing. See, this is single level inheritance. Why single level? Parent and child. This is what we have seen now. Now we'll see multi-level parent, child, and grandchild. Okay. Now grandchild is very clever. It will take everything from both parents. This is called what? This is called what? This is single level inheritance. This is multi-level. Okay. Later, next step we'll see multiple inheritance. That is very interesting. See, coding nothing. We can reuse this. See, what is the advantage of inheritance, guys? We can reuse the methods, right? Here and here. We can reuse the methods. Now, I'll just create one more thing. See, guys, what will happen now? See what will happen. Grandchild I created. Now, I am accessing C1 dot feature 1. See, in theory, what is happening? Class A having method 1, method 2, right? Now I wrote class B extends class A. Inside this, what I have? Method 3, method 4. So virtually, these two methods also comes here. M1. That is what is happening, right? This is accessible here. In child class, you can access parent class. Now, if you have class C, right? So what will happen? It is extending class B. That means all these 4 methods are accessible inside this class. M3, M4, and M5 as well. M5 is its own. Guys, very simple or not? So what will happen? C1 dot feature. See, if I put C1 dot all 5 methods inside this feature 5. Getting, guys? C is extending B, B is extending A. So that means C is indirectly extending both A and B. Means all the class from A and B. All the methods from both feature 5. Clear? Now you will get feature 1 you are deriving from A. Let's do this also. C1 dot feature 3. Now this grandchild is very clever. This object is very clever, where it is getting all those. Yeah, this grandchild is getting all the features. Your grandfather is giving property to him. Your parents is giving property to him. It's very clever. Shiva's child will be clever. Okay, guys. Yeah. So this thing is clear. Okay. So this is multi-level. So now we'll see multiple inheritance. See, in Java, we don't have multiple inheritance. They created a concept called interface. Those things are not required for now, but yeah. Now multiple inheritance is, now let's say you have a class A. You have both parents, like father and mother. Now, this child, what he is doing, he is getting all the features from here and here. Okay, this is what it is. Inheriting both A class and B class. This is called multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Multiple classes on the same level. Okay, multiple inheritance. My writing is too bad, guys, but that's why I'm repeating twice. Now let's see. Now what I'm doing. I'm just creating class D, guys, due to my laziness. Though I feel you guys are able to understand it better, I'll create class D just out of my laziness. I'm doing this. Class E inherits class D. I want to put this. Have a check, guys. I'm just doing copy, just putting print statement methods. That's it. Class T. Okay, class T. So now, how is this? Put T here, T here, E here, E here. Now, guys, have a check. There is slight difference. This should be understood. Very important step. Very important step. Now I want to create a T1 object of class T. Simple objects. This is just creating an object you already know. T1 dot. See, guys, how many methods? All my. Okay. I don't do this. So what I'm doing is I'm inheriting both, right? How to inherit both? Class D, comma, class E. Okay. I am inheriting the both of the methods, both of the classes as shown in the diagram. This class and this class, both inheriting, both extending, right? How to do that? 1, comma 1. See, inheriting 1 is like this. Inheriting D of class D through E is like this. But I want to inherit both. This is the syntax. Just put comma and blue. That's it. Your job is done. Now, I'm getting all the features, guys. I'm getting all the features. Same thing. Then what is the difference between multiple and multi-level, sir? Here is the hack. Here is the hack. See, I have feature 2 here, right? I'll also name feature 2 here. I'll also name feature 2 here. Now, if I do feature 2, what will be, see the code, guys. I'll just zoom out a bit. Yeah. Now you guys can see, right? Able to see, right? Yeah. Any reaction? Yeah, cool. So now observe this code carefully and tell me what will be my output, guys. If this output you would be able to capture, if this output you will be able to predict, this multiple inheritance is done.
I think we get everything from A to E.
See what I'm calling here. This is my code. This is the structure and this is the calling. What I'm calling here. We are creating an object for T and calling feature 2. Now tell me what will happen. Funny, you want to give it a try? Little confusing, I know, but yeah, predict.
Yeah, okay. So uh that will be feature 2.
Feature 2 of
No. The current class will have the precedence, so it will be feature 3E.
This is what I'm calling feature 2,
Yeah. It will give this feature 3 from E, not D.
not D. Okay. Anyone else, guys? Funny tried almost. Anyone else, guys? You guys stick with funny, then give a reaction. See, the problem is here you have feature 2, here also you have feature 2, but this child is getting both inheritance, and I'm calling feature 2 from this child object. Getting? Here you have feature 2. Okay, let me write it here. Here, sorry. Okay, here you have feature 2. It's not right. Yeah, here you have feature 2. Here also you have feature 2. Now, this child is inheriting both. Which feature it will take? This one or this one? If I call c1.f2, that is the question. So, it will take the precedence from left to right. And let me check it. What is happening, guys? What is happening? Cannot create a consistent method resolution order. Why it is doing that? Let me check, guys. Let me check. What's the error? Why it is not taking? Just give me a second, guys. Somewhere the syntax got wrong. Let me. You guys think fast. What is the mistake? Okay. Got it. Multiple inheritance. T inherits from D and E. Cannot create a consistent method resolution order. Okay. What is the error then? Are we not putting self? E already inherits D. Are we making differently? Okay. Sorry, guys. See, here is the problem. This is again inherits, right? We have two different classes as per this. Two different classes, right? It is not, these two are not inheriting, guys. See, these two are not inheriting. Okay. We are only inheriting C from A and B. Okay. That's the problem. Now I'll execute it. So I'm just printing this because I'll tell you why. See, guys, what is this? It is printing from D class. Okay. Why? D is given first. If I give E first, right? If I give E first, then what it will do, we'll see. It is printing from E. That means this is called method resolution order, MRO. If someone asks what is method resolution order, say this. In multiple inheritance, whichever the class is inherited first as per left to right, that class feature will be given first if you have same method names. If you have same method names. Funny, just got it? You're almost
Yeah.
or just vice versa?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Here, guys, this is the inheritance. See, simple. In your simple terms, you are inheriting from father and mother. A is father, B is mother. If you inherit father first, you will get father quality. If you inherit mother first, you will give mother quality. Same. Okay, clear? Let me check if I miss anything else. But yeah, one small keyword is there to explain. Just I'll give it a try. Before that, it'll take 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Please bear with me. This we can make it close. Just 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just checking if I miss any kind of inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance, yeah, these are okay. You can do it. Multi-level we discussed, multiple, single, yeah, most of the things we discussed. And yes, one small concept, guys, one small concept. Yeah. Just I will create one more. Guys, you have 5 to 10 minutes. Very small concept we'll discuss. Yeah. Thank you. See, guys, class A, again, same things. I just kept init. Observe. I just kept init. Class B, I don't have init. Class B, I don't have init. Now, if I create an object for class B, see, this same thing, feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, feature 4, everything is same. Okay. Now, if I want to, if I'm creating an object of B, right? If I'm creating an object B, that's it. Nothing I'm doing. Two classes, one is inheriting from other. That's it. And then I'm creating an object for child class B. Now, what will be my output? See, I don't have init here, guys. I don't have init here, but I have init here. So, what this will do, guys? What this will do? Any quick output, Saroja? Can't hear you. Shiva, you want to try? Just give a try.
Sorry, I missed something initially.
So, I have two classes. If I'm creating a child class object B, so what will be my output? So, whenever you're creating a constructor, which method is called? Init method.
Yeah.
So in B class, see B object you're creating. B class you don't have init method, but you have init method in A, right?
Yeah.
B is inheriting A. So what will happen? Anim, you want to try?
It would be all, I guess. A feature 1, feature 2, everything
Class,
comes.
Sorry. Okay, let see. I'm
in
not
class A, in it,
exactly. See, whenever I am actually inheriting this entire code will be coming here, right? Entire code will be coming here. That is what the inheritance is, right? So if I'm creating an object, this will execute by default, right? See, I'm not calling any feature 1, feature 2, Shiva. I'm not calling any feature 1, just creating an object. When you create an object, init method is called, right or wrong? B is
Yes,
not
yes.
having init, it will go for a parent init. See, if you don't have money, you'll go for your father's, right? So now let's execute this and understand. Clear? So now, if I have init inside this, if I have init here, so if I have init here, so now what will happen for the same code? Funny, you are saying something last time. Might be correct.
Yeah, B's init method will be called.
Exactly. See, if child is having, it will not go for parent. First preference is child because child object is created, right? If child is not having, then it will go for parent. See, if you have money, you will pay. If you don't have money, you will ask for your father. That's what it is. Clear? Now, I don't have enough money. I will fetch it from my father. Okay. So, I want to call init A also. How I'll do, guys? I want to call init A also. Okay. So now I will just do super. Super class is what? A, right? Super of, super of, just init. Simple. Super of the method name. Super method. What is the super method for init? This is child class. This is child. B is child or not. And inside this child class, what I'm calling super. What will be your super? Super is A, right? A inits it will call. Super init it will call. That means you are obtaining the functionality of your parent class into your child class method. Parent class method into your child class method. Little heavy, I know. See, now what it is done? By default, it will call B, right? See, when you are doing this, B init will be called as Funny told because B is your first preference. Inside B, what you are having? Super. What is super? A class. A's init, right? A's init, it will call. After this execution, it will call this thing. Now that's the reason you are getting init A, init B. Clear, guys? Now we'll see one more example with the same. Now you are building feature 3, right? You are building feature 3. Now you want feature A also here and feature B into feature 3. See, you want feature A, feature 1, okay? Feature 1, feature 1. You want feature 1 and you want to add some functionality to that feature 1 and put it in feature 3. See, that means you want this functionality inside this method. On top of that, you want to borrow some money. On top of that, you will put some interest and sell it outside. That is what is happening. I want feature 1 class functionality here. Okay. Here. See, I can't do B1 dot feature here because object is defined outside the class, not inside the class. So while defining your feature 3, you want some functionality from feature 1. Okay, some functionality from feature 1 and you want to extend that functionality. See, by default you can use it. Okay, feature 3 will come here, but you want to use inside this function. Again you will use super dot, same thing, super dot feature 1. So now what is happening? Inside my feature 3, I have my feature 1 functionality. In addition to that, I am creating my own functionality, right? This feature 3 is having feature 1 functionality. I am reusing the feature 1 functionality and additionally I am doing something else on top of it. Your father gave you some feature and you are modifying that feature by using that. Now let's see if I call feature 3 child class object B, it's a B object, right? B dot feature 3. What I'm getting? Feature 1 comma feature 1 and feature 3. I'm see super means what will happen is super means what, guys? Super class. Super class is A dot feature 1. Simple. This feature 1 will come here. After that I am doing something else. Is this thing clear? Guys, this thing clear? Super is what? Super is used to call, useful to reuse parent parent features. parent functionality inside child methods. Guys, any confusion? Go for it. Any confusion? Go for it. See, you might say like, okay, b dot, I'm also getting feature 1 here. I'm also getting feature 1 here. What is it of using feature 1 here? Anyone with this question? Yes or no? I just need reaction. See, you already inherited class A boss, and you also getting feature 1 here, right? Then what is the point of using here? Anyone with this question? Yes, no, please unmute and speak. We'll finish in 2 minutes. Anyone with this question? I already getting the feature 1 here, right? Anyway, I'll get all the features from parent, feature 1. But what is the use of doing this? Anyone with this question, guys? No one? Saroja, clear?
Can you explain actually? That is what I'm thinking.
Okay, what is your doubt?
What is the use of inheriting that super from class A?
See, here you are getting feature 1, right? Because B is inheriting class A, right? B is inheriting class A.
Okay.
B dot feature 1 you are getting. But what is the point of writing this line? This line also does the same thing. Super means what? Super means parent. Parent means this feature will come here. This feature, right? Super is A, right? Super is A. A
Yes.
dot feature 1. You get all the feature 1 here also, and you are getting this here also. So what is the benefit you are getting here? Ani, what is the benefit?
So, like, all feature 3, it includes feature 1 along with 3. Like,
Exactly.
feature 1 becomes a part of 3.
Exactly. See, here if you are using feature 1, you'll only get the feature 1. Here you're getting only the feature 1. But, but if you have lots of lines of code here, okay, lots of lines of code here, and you want to reuse your feature 1 here, you cannot reuse with object. You have to use super because it is inside you're constructing your class, man. You're constructing your class. Object is not ready yet. Getting? You're constructing your car. Hyundai Creta is not ready yet. You want to use the same iron of your bonnet, for example. Same iron. That means same feature of this. I want to use here. Right? You're constructing an object. You're constructing a class. That means, see, you will have feature 1 as well and some other feature. Combinedly, we call feature 3. Now getting? Saroja? See, here what is happening is, see, here only feature 1 you are getting. Simple. Here what you are getting? Here you are getting only feature 1. Cool. I want it. But I want to use, see, I want to assign something. A is equals to something. I want to reuse the feature. I want to do some calculation. A plus something. A plus 5. For example, something like this. I want to use the functionality of A and do some operation on top of it, which is outputted as feature 3. Clear?
It's clear.
Yeah. Clear, guys? So that is the use of super. In between, if you want to use the functionality, see, while constructing the class, see, don't think about object. While constructing the class itself, if you want to use these functionalities somewhere, use super. Because object is not constructed yet, right? So that is what you can actually combinedly you'll have something, this functionality and this functionality, combinedly you have one functionality. So that is the keyword of super. Super is useful to reuse the parent class functionality inside your child class, child class or method, whatever it is. Yeah. Similarly, you can do this For constructor as well, you can do this with method as well. Super is useful for constructor and super is useful for method as well. So with this, we have seen class, seen object, and we have seen class methods, instance methods, static methods, inheritance. Very depth. I recommend you guys to watch the video at least once. Then only you'll be much more clear. Think in oops. If someone is giving a concept, think in oops, right? I taken you 15 minutes time. Guys, class is done. If you guys have any questions, please ask. I'll wait.